This is the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element. It's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element. Flow is like water. I'm forced to the fire. I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth. Following God and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center. Word to Spike Lee. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Portland, Connecticut. Eddie Fernandez sweeps the field in the round of 16. No surprise, he's got 3 wins and 1 runner-up. He's going to go up against Jeff Gavin, who's got 2 wins, Rob Oristaglio, who's got a first, 2 seconds, and a T3, and Stephen Lowe. That's going to be the top half. They're going to have 4 guys in the tee box. They're going to take the top 2. So you have 3 guys here in this group. They've won every single senior event this year. You got Shook, Mobley, Bauman, and then George Nagy is going to finish up this. But, I mean, Eddie Fernandez last set goes 357, and Mobley goes 319, Gavin goes 314, and Oristaglio goes 308. Once again, Eddie is the favorite here. But, I mean, I guess the story now is I'm circling Shooky. Kevin Shook making his senior debut, just turned 45. You know, he ended up having 850 points, so Shook came in second. I mean, that's to be
Great
expected,
to see him
though.
back out
yeah,
here,
I mean,
for
Shook's
sure.
the man. He's made Final Eights. He's won tournaments. I mean, it's we got a good senior crop coming up here. You know, Maurice isn't too far away. Well, Maurice might be. I don't know. Was Maurice 42? But you got Mike Dobbin. You got Ryan Rees back. The World Championships are going to get tougher and tougher in the senior division, but still, even then, with these guys coming in, Eddie Fernandez is faster than everybody. I mean, Eddie truly has a chance to win not only the senior division, but the Open Division World Championship.
He's Peter Pan, is what I like to call him.
He's going to give himself a shot, and I don't know what the structure is going to be in the final 16 at Worlds, like in Atlanta, but if it's heads-up matches, I can guarantee you no one wants to face Eddie. You know, round robin, even then, he's just putting up just perfect ball flight right now, and he's cruising at, like, I watched a couple of his sets, and he was just sitting at like 212 to 215, and he's not even using his clubs. His clubs didn't make it. He has no idea where they are. He almost withdrew from this tournament because we thought he did withdraw. We were told earlier, like, he's out. They're like, well, he just landed and he's got a chance.
He made it.
He showed up about 45 minutes.
Thankfully, he had some club heads in his bag.
Yeah. Veteran move.
Yeah.
He's using someone's shoes. Those aren't shoes.
Borrowing some shafts. Borrowing some teeth.
He's here.
No, but he is here. And while you guys were away, while we were getting these final 8, we had a little thunderstorm that came in pretty quick, just a little rain. We might not see balls roll as far, not that they were rolling
Instead
beforehand,
of going 3 yards, they might go 2.
But now they just might completely fly and stop. But here we go.
All right, so you got Eddie in 1, Gavin in 2, Robbo in 3, and then Stephen Lowe in 4. But, yeah, you got slot 1, 2, and 3. These guys have won every single tournament so far this year.
A strong tournament, a strong field right here.
Yeah, I mean, but Eddie's last set, he won by 38 yards against the top seeds. So Eddie with a little slider. This one looks like it's going to drift out right.
Why do you think Eddie has been so successful and also agile over the years?
He's a golfer. I mean, he's got a great golf swing. He's got great mechanics, and even Gavin's got great mechanics. And I really like Gavin on this grid, too, because he hits it high. And I feel like, you know, it benefits a guy that hits the ball high. So it really just comes down to landing angles and ball speed. And I saw Gavin at 208 was the highest ball that I saw, but I didn't get here until the 3rd set. So Gavin still has a ton of heat. Robbo does well into headwinds as well. So looks like that head just might be spinning.
Yeah, actually, Jeff Gavin has had a tough go at it. His car got broken into last night, so they were up around 3 a.m. There's always something.
Yeah, when
you're on the road.
Oh, as I call her, Gendy Wavin, the superstar wife of Jeff Gavin. Wendy's awesome.
Without a doubt.
But, yeah, Gavin, I really like Gavin on this grid just because of his ball flight. And he's fast. I mean, he's a 207, 208 guy. He could even probably run it up to 212 if he center punches it, which he did at the beginning of the year. But right now it's about finding the strike zone, which Eddie, Robbo, and Gavin don't look to be having a number right now. So 275 is in the lead, which would, you know, it's pretty crazy. But it looks like Eddie got that 4th ball in play. These guys have to hit the reset button. Eddie just finished hitting. So did Oristaglio and Gavin. Jeff Gavin's on the board at 338.
And you said it earlier, the only thing that can really beat Eddie is Eddie.
Yes.
But we hear some cheers, so that sounds good.
This one's fighting down that left side. Not sure if that one's going to stay in or not. We got a little pep in the step from Eddie on that 5th ball. Said it carried 328, and Flight Scope has been very, very accurate on carry distance. So Robbo doesn't have a number on the board. He's down to his last golf ball. Eddie Fernandez waiting on that 5th ball here.
Boom. I think that Flight Tracer might be a little bit off on Eddie's screen.
All right, Robbo taking his time here. He needs to put a ball in play.
Come on, hang on there. He knows what he's got to do.
Oristaglio's at 337. Eddie Fernandez sneaks in on that last ball there at 341. So Eddie needed that last ball in order to advance. Not sure if Oristaglio's last ball stayed in play. Gavin's underlined at 339. So a lot happened there in that last couple swings. Eddie needed that last ball to stay in play in order to advance because he was at 335. Oristaglio was at 337. Yeah. But right now, waiting on Robbo's last ball, it's underlined. Eddie Fernandez and Jeff Gavin are going to advance to the semifinals. We have 2 quarterfinal rounds of 4 hitters. And we got Kevin Shook, the rookie, who's been in the sport since 2009 and long drive.
Rookie to the division.
Yep.
Not to the game.
Veteran to the sport. This is his 15th year in the sport of long drive.
So this is a little bit different setup. Sometimes we see more so head-to-heads.
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
I like this format. It's quick. It's really it's really fast. You just got to put balls in play.
Yeah. We had a little storm come in, and so I think they're really trying to get things off and make sure that we're clear. I think we're clear.
Yeah, I think we're good right now. I mean, it's still raining right now. You can't really tell, but it's not raining too hard, but there is rain. So we got Kevin Shook in 1, Mobley in 2, Bauman in 3, and George Nagy in 4. Mobley hit really well. And honestly, bad weather into the wind. Mobley's your guy. He's going to hit a lot of balls in play. But we're keying in on Kevin Shook here in slot number 1, making his rookie debut. He made his debut in the sport of long drive in 2009. Multiple Final 8s at the World Championships. He's won tour events as well. Shooky out of Sarasota. Mobley's down in the Fort Myers area, so they're not too far away from each other. Mike Bauman ended up winning the 2020 National Championship in the senior division for the PLDA.
And we got to have Mobley in the booth with us early today.
Yeah.
Gave a lot of wisdom.
Yep. Swing looks great. And if you're looking at the numbers right now, or like you're looking at the ball flight in slot number 2, the flight tracer was off just a tad. To where if balls that were pulled down that left side, they actually stayed in. So right now you got Kevin Shook that's in the lead. No numbers on the board as of right now. If you're looking at the screen, it looks like it's nice and sunny out, but we are actually it's raining hard right now.
It just came down a little bit harder, and what you're going to see are guys struggling to actually give it everything.
Yeah.
Because of gloves.
Yep.
If you don't have a towel out there, it might be difficult to really put everything you have into.
We have a nice downpour right now. So,
but Shook on the board at 329.
As you can see, George is trying to dry off that grip. Bauman's got a number right now.
Mobley, down the middle. This one looks good.
So look at the launch. And at the end of the day, let's just look at that carry number, 320. So that ball's...
It's a great ball.
If it's in play, obviously, it's going to be farther than 305. A good number from Mobley. Shook, highest ball that I saw from Shook, like I said, I didn't get here until the 3rd round. I saw Shook go 206 or 207 was his highest ball speed. They said Mobley's 4th ball was not in play.
Huh. George's daughter also competes, which is really, really cute to see them travel together.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he likes that one.
The rain is coming down hard now. We don't know if Mobley's 5th ball was in. It felt like his 4th ball was in. He's at 303.
Yep, 303.
Looked like he slipped a little bit there on that last ball. Shook's going to get in at 329. Going to wait on an underline here. But it looks like Mike Bauman's going to take it down at 305 to Mobley's 303. But, yeah, the rain is coming down really hard.
We've got everyone in the booth with us.
Well, I'm glad that I'm wearing a white shirt, right?
Yeah. I'm glad I left my jacket at the last event where they brought it for me.
Fully prepared for this rain. You got your rain jacket on.
And you're going to see some guys really struggle here because we have mats. Sometimes the friction when swinging causes you to slip like we saw David on that last swing.
Yeah.
Still waiting for the final numbers to be confirmed.
Looks like Mobley does end at 303. So that fourth ball that said 320 carry didn't stay in. Because you know, we've been here all day. We know that slot 2, even if it looks down the middle, it might not actually be in. We were seeing balls go, you know, maybe like it looked like it was 30, 40, 50 yards left. OB, those are the ones that are staying in play.
Dead straight.
Dead straight. But nice to see Shook. I mean, to be expected though. You'd figure Shook would be here late. Eddie Fernandez, Kevin Shook, Gavin, and Mike Bauman are going to make the semifinal. So,
can you tell me a little bit about Shook's journey? I know you've played with him for many years. What has his journey been leading up to now?
So I remember like the first time we competed against each other was in 2009 in Texas, and it was called the Texas Two-Step. And I think there was 80 of us trying to qualify for the World Championships, and they only took 2 spots, and me and Shook got in.
Oh,
he won, and it was funny. It was like a double elimination format. I think they actually gave us $1,000 to whoever won. And we were hit into like a headwind, like hard headwind. And the first number he put up was like 329. I'm like, I don't even want to hit anymore. I can't hit that far, you know. And Shook ended up winning. It was like a double elimination, me versus him, and because none of us lost. But Shook's a good hitter. He's really good into the wind, like really, really good in the wind. And he's got multiple wins. Like he's got multiple tour wins. And I know the world rankings had changed, but I'm pretty sure Shook was in and around number 1 in the world at one point in time, you know, maybe like 2013, 14. He was a force to be reckoned with, for sure. So if we can go back in the history books, Shook was one of the top 5 hitters in the world about 10 years ago. Yep.
Well, we've got the final 4 here. They are all going to hit together, and then we'll take the top 2, and that will be our final 2 to see who will be crowned champion and get this trophy right here behind us.
Yes. Worth $350 million. So let's not drop it. All right, the wind is looks like it's still raining. Still raining.
Raining,
drizzling. We have a microphone with like a plastic bag over it, just in case we got to go interview the winner with that. You know, don't want to get it wet. But I do like this. This is it's fast. I love it. I love it. You got 4 sets. Go.
Ready, player, go.
Eddie Fernandez in 1, Mike Bauman in 2, Jeff Gavin in 3, Kevin Shook in 4. I do like that Shook is in slot number 4 and Gavin because both of these guys hit draws, and I think that this sets up
pretty nice for
very
their eyes.
optically to a guy that goes right to left. So
and then Eddie in slot number 1, where he just got done hitting.
Little mini cut, and I mean slot 1's got a ton of wins today there. So big ball here for Eddie. Looks like this one's going to drift out right, or is that one to stay in play? That was a miss hit, 195. Shook OB, Bauman down the middle. Gavin high draw. Like this ball flight from Gavin, 204. Little bit of a miss hit. Big ball from Gavin. I like this ball. Did that one stay in? That is the question.
I believe it stayed in. 340.
Gavin still don't have a number on his ball, but Eddie just goes 198.9. So miss hits from Eddie. He is not using his equipment. I don't believe are his golf shoes. So just happy that he's here, but he's got a number on the board. Still waiting on Gavin in slot number 3. He has a ball down that right side that looked pretty good that came up on the board as a 340 carry.
We did. We got word that it is inbounds, which means they're probably looking for it. Eddie Fernandez growing right now, 321.
All right, Shook with a big hook here. The Shook hook.
With the hook.
Shook hook. Not sure if that one's going to stay in. A lot of movement. That's about almost 60 yards of movement from Kevin Shook.
Still waiting for Gavin's numbers. We're halfway through to seeing who will be our final 2.
Obi left from Eddie. Bauman's got a ball down the right side, but it's 190 miles per hour, so it's not, you know, that's not a center punch, but right now it's a number. Any type of number is good, but I feel like Gavin's second ball's in play. Eddie's improving to 332, so he's hit a lot of balls in play, but you're looking at ball speed numbers, and it's, you know, those numbers are off. Right now, 198s.
You can tell he's getting used to whatever he's swinging right now. Mike jumping up to 330. 349, Jeff Gavin.
Yeah, that was a bomb.
Ball found.
And then you got Bauman at 330, and like I said, this grid sets up perfect for him, for Gavin. It really does. It optically has to look good, and you know, he hits that big high draw. So right now,
He's bringing it back. Like you said, fill all the room. Eddie Fernandez with a big one right there.
214 ball from Eddie, not very high, 117, but it looks like it's carried about 344. If that one stays in play, it's a big one. So we're looking at Shook here, slot number 4. Shook doesn't like it.
Oh, Mike getting his final shot off at the last minute. I don't think it'll be good.
So Gavin and Eddie Fernandez are tied at 349, which doesn't matter because they have the 2 longest drives. So to be expected, Eddie Fernandez and Jeff Gavin, guys with 3 wins and 2 wins, are going to go up. These are the best guys.
Walking in tied.
Yeah. You know, you go back to the history of the sport. You know, you got Bobby Wilson, Pat Dempsey. I'm trying to think who else has got a ton of wins in the senior division. But Eddie Fernandez and Gavin are so fast, and they've been around for a long time. I mean, like, these are the best. You even got Mobley. I mean, these are the best of the best, you know, to ever do it in the senior division. And like I said, these guys still at 52 and 54 can go and compete in the open division.
Without a doubt.
You know, I mean, Eddie is. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie makes a final 16 at the World Championships. Like I said, he's going to give himself an opportunity to win the World Championships in the senior division. But open division, I would bet, like, if you're a betting man, flip a coin. I would bet him to make the final 16 at the World Championships.
I could definitely see that. And Jeff Gavin making his 20th appearance in a row.
Yeah.
At the Open Championships this year.
He's
They're
awesome,
separating
man.
The championships,
No,
and they'll
it's
be
okay.
held at 2 different locations. These guys will have plenty of time to rest, be prepared.
Yep.
They're going to bring their best at each spot.
And that's what's so impressive about both of these guys, because Gavin, you know, like, he's made so many final 16s in the open division, over 45 years old, and he's competing in the senior division for a world championship. Same with Eddie. It's just, but Gavin's been doing this in the senior division for longer. It's unbelievable the amount of swings that he has to put on his body, and you know, I said vice versa, both guys, the stamina. So, like, they're going to give themselves the best opportunity to not only win a senior division world championship, but to have a chance to win an open division world championship as well.
This is basically Starbucks against Tim Hortons.
It is. It is. You got Eddie from the States, and you got the man who drinks from the Fountain of Youth and from Tim Hortons out in Toronto. But, you know, these are the 2 best in the business right here. You got
dapping each other up.
Eddie Fernandez and Jeff Gavin. Eddie in slot 2, Gavin in 3.
And we are 2 minutes and 30 seconds away of crowning the winner for Portland, Connecticut Long Drive Championship.
Yeah. He said Eddie can hit his cut and Gavin can hit his draw, high draw. So
I think we might see one of those hearts, you know, that
possible.
they can do with the flight tracers. See a nice little heart out there.
You know, for me, it's like, you know, can Eddie get it up above maybe like 140 feet in the air, 140, 150? Because, you know, Gavin can do that in his sleep. Gavin hits moon balls, and, you know, his prototypical ball flight is high and right to left, which sets up perfect for him this grid. So the table is set. Edward Fernandez, who just got off a plane in New York, I believe, or Boston or somewhere, just took a 2.5-hour drive. He made it about 45 minutes before the tournament started.
Those are a club.
Those are not his shoes. Those not his shaft or grip, but it's his club. And
Jeff Gavin dealing with the break-in.
I know, his car got broken into.
3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, and he's got his wife, Wendy Gavin, here.
The one, the only.
She's unbelievable. She's awesome. Wendy's the best.
She's a jack of all trades.
She's
always locked in.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite people to talk to at every single event.
Yeah. She was just saying that the last couple days have been insane. She's a real estate agent in Toronto and had 6 closings, you know.
She was working on closing
in
Port Rowan.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. The table set. Eddie in slot 2. Gavin in slot 3.
The sun has come out. It is beaming on these 2 competitors and will shine down on the winner here in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, I'm going to look at Gavin's right to left and then Eddie's height. I'm looking at Eddie's height. It was a little bit of a miss hit.
Already got the crowd going with Eddie putting at least a ball in the grid. We think Jeff Gavin's might be in the grid as well.
Gavin with a big sweeping hook. That was almost 50 yards of movement right to left, so that one might have stayed in play. Eddie Fernandez at 208 was a slight miss hit. Both guys had a little bit of a miss hit, but Eddie's on the board at 347. Gavin at 346.
Look at this.
Look at how much
what
movement.
And what?
Look at how much movement Gavin had on that ball and still won 346. This definitely sets up for a draw.
Without a doubt. If he straightens that out just a little bit,
yep,
he's taking home a trophy.
So Eddie needs to get it up in the air and hit that little flat cut at about, if he goes 212, like 150 in the air, I like that ball flight for Eddie Fernandez. And once again, he is in slot number 2. So if you look at this top tracer or this flight tracer go out left, it doesn't mean that it's OB. It's just off calibrated just a little bit. That might be a good ball.
Yeah, you have to look more so at his body language. Gavin putting another one in. I think that had too much movement to be a decent ball.
Right now they're separated by a yard. Gavin is going to be OB right. So currently Eddie is in the lead. They're down to their last couple balls here. Eddie's got 3. Looks like Gavin's got 2 left.
Balls. Left to hit. Oh, Eddie's staring that one down.
I like the height on this golf ball. Let's look at it. 163. I really like those numbers from Eddie Fernandez. Granted, he didn't catch it center punch, but it's still 209. Gavin with a big high draw. Look at the movement on this golf ball right to left.
So I have a question. If it hits out of bounds but rolls in, does it
out.
count? Oh.
It's out. Got to stay in play. So Eddie's down to his last ball. I felt like ball number 4 looked pretty good.
Go. Down to the final ball.
If Gavin could just tighten up his right to left, I mean, these numbers, Gavin could put up easily a 55. Easily. Instead, Eddie just hits one and,
Oh, he likes it. We've got a screen by Jeff Gavin. Look how high it is in the air right here.
This grid sets up perfect for Gavin. Here we go. He's at 208. It's the fastest ball I've seen all day. It says on the board it's 353. Based off of numbers, it looks like, I don't know, Eddie hit a good ball as well. He hit 161 feet in the air. Did him stay in play, but Gavin just hit a bomb. 356.
356.
Waiting for Eddie Fernandez's last ball.
What an absolute nugget. 352. That is as close as it gets. That's what I'm talking about when we talk about long drive competition. Some of the fastest guys in the world. Jeff Gavin with the win. Both of them endured a crazy journey to get here. Eddie Fernandez driving in with 40 minutes to warm up. Jeff Gavin having his truck broken into. What an event. We're about to go to the range with Bobby as we crown Jeff Gavin as the winner.
I was just talking with Ambries before the quarterfinals. He's like, who you like? And I'm like, well, obviously Eddie with the speed, but I'm like, this grid sets up perfect for Gavin. 3 wins now, you and Eddie. How you feeling?
Feeling great, yeah. I mean, coming into this one, I don't know, I was a little tired from the last one and did 2 divisions last time, so just putting them in play.
I see Wendy Gavin. Does she help out? Here, by the way, this is yours. Yeah, why don't you take that? Congratulations. But what's it like having the wife out there and supporting?
Oh, she's fantastic. She's the best wife anyone could ever have. So,
Wendy, once again, taking it for the championship. And now you and Eddie, 3 for 3 going in. What's the game plan here the next month before going into Oceanside for the World Championship?
Well, it's been a fun year so far. Eddie's been killing it, and total respect to him, and to have both of us in the tee box, just giving it our best is all I asked for, and to come out with a win, I'm pretty proud of that.
And I always say the man who drinks from the fountain of youth is winning it here. Yeah, congratulations on your win.
the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced to the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm